you to get toward the goal that you're trying to achieve, and not just order takers, so to speak.
Yeah, we're a team.
Right.
We're a team. And what you do is in your customer avatar, there is, here's what I have as part of your customer avatar. But there's also, this is who I want.
Right.
Write down a list of what your ideal customer or client looks like, and then start taking those people.
Exactly.
And those people will understand, look, we are in this, I'm your consultant, I'm your graphic person, I'm your branding person, I'm looking out for you. I'm looking at, the colors aren't matching.
Right.
And we're a team.
Exactly.
So your C clients are those clients that are usually what I say one-off. They want a flyer. They're testing you out.
Right.
There's an education process involved with them. They, that's the person who wants you to design it just like somebody else's flyer.
Oh yeah, those.
They also might be the client that only uses your service every 6 months, once a year, that type of person. So you're training your C clients to be B clients.
Right.
You're training your B clients to be A clients.
Right.
And your D clients, fire them.
I couldn't agree more.
Fire them. No matter how much money they're paying you, your sanity and creativity is more important than your dollars.
Right.
Fire them.
I had a client to tell me, I'm one of your biggest clients, and I'm thinking to myself, what's your definition of big? Because you probably only come once every 4 to 5 months. So I don't look at that as being a big client. So when the person said that, I was like, okay. But I guess that just goes to show that when you have clients like that, they just kind of think because they support you, I guess. And when I say support, I use the term loosely because at the end of the day, it's still a business. And support, I think, shouldn't just be, well, I got one thing done from you, so I supported you. It can be looked at that as that, but if you're going to throw it up in someone's face and say, oh, well, I'm one of your biggest clients, then it's like,
well, the thing you're looking at is how much does each person bring to the bottom line.
Right.
Now, this is probably the boring part of the business side.
Oh, that's fine.
Of anything is you need to be able to decide what is your hourly rate. And what I normally do is I say, how much money, this is most business book, how much money do you want to make a year?
Right.
Divide that by how many hours a year you want to work or a week. And then that'll give you what your hourly figure is.
Right.
Now, for me, we look at it a little bit different. We go back to our daily. How much do I need to make a day? In order to achieve the revenue that I want to achieve? Call it the nut figure. Now, I can achieve that nut figure in many different ways. That can be 3 design work pieces.
Right.
That can be some products that are my own. That can be doing some workshops on the side. Designing and doing affiliate marketing with other people.
Right.
Whatever it takes to get that to that nut figure.
I'm glad that you spoke on that because I do. I have a group that I'm in, and a lot of people, they always have questions about pricing. So I know for me personally, when I first started it was based on my first job that I got in design. It was a freelance position, so they kind of paid a little bit more had I been there permanently. So I said, well, I think this is a good starting point for me. So what kind of system would you have for somebody that's just starting out with design? Because I know some people, they'll say, well, I'll ask somebody that I know that does design, and I'll see how much they charge. Should they go to somebody that they know and kind of, I guess, make themselves marketable by their price, or should they charge what they're worth, or what advice would you say is best?
The hard part about that, the really hard part about that, Tommy, is that your worth is determined by your clients.
Right.
And I want to be careful with that. I want to be careful with that. Your worth is really determined by what people are willing to pay.
That's true.
Now, you can pad your worth or you can pad your price
right.
by what you bring to the table. So you have to say, what is A, B, C, and D charging? Because you got to do your own competitive analysis. You want to make sure that you are competitive in the marketplace. You also have to take into account how many years has so-and-so been doing
That's
what
true.
so-and-so does, because experience is a quantitative piece of the pricing.
That's true.
When I hire a graphic artist, let's flip it the other side. When I hire graphic artists in my company to do work for me,
right,
or if for a client I need to outsource, I'm looking at how long has this person been in business, how good is their work, and is it competitive with what I can get?
Right.
I don't mind paying more. I'm just not going to pay a whole lot more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm also looking at, are they timely? It makes no difference if you're the cheapest one and it takes you 10 hours to do something.
Exactly.
Now, you also need to go back to your hourly figure. Say if you want to be making $75 an hour, you may not be a $75 an hour person, but you can work up to it. And then you have to really sit down for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and time yourself.
Right.
Create a time journal.
I've had to start doing that too.
Put a timer and say, how long does it take me to do a flyer? How long does it take me to do a logo generally? And then from there, you can extrapolate how much it's going to cost you. Now, I kid you not, I remember when I first started this game. And I would design a flyer for $35.
Okay.
And I'm not mad at anybody who can do it that way. I'm not mad at you. What I'm saying is if I want to make $75 an hour, I can't charge $35 for a card, especially if it takes me 4 hours.
Exactly.
Because every flyer I do is either a loss leader, meaning that I'm giving this away and hope that they're going to do some more business with me, or I'm losing $70
right
every time I take a flyer.
That's true.
Now, the only way to make that work is for you to go find someone who can do the flyer for $25.
Yeah, you can do it that way as well.
Because you're in business.
Exactly. That's the main thing. That's what I want clients to understand. Well, I guess I can kind of lead into my other question, but we're in business. There shouldn't be like, well, so-and-so charges this or so-and-so charges that. Okay, that's understandable. But are they going to take the same amount of time doing it? Because I know for me personally, I don't mind charging what I charge. One, because of I have education in it, and I've been doing it for a while. So this price, you aren't going to just get something and then not know how you feel about it. I know the new tagline that I have for my business is we're the less risky option. And there's plenty of designers out there. There's plenty of designers, but a lot of designers aren't going to produce what we produce, not bringing our own bell, but they're not going to do what we do because I've had so many people come to me and they're like, well, why do you charge this or why do you charge that? And then I've had other people come to me and say, I should have went with you from the beginning because they went with, I guess, either the cheapest person or whatever the case might have been. And now they spent this money and then they're not satisfied with what they have. So now they have to go through tons of revisions. They have to go, and even if you have a good client, there's sometimes are like a lot of revisions regardless across the board. But then you have to go through that on top of the designer not doing what they, kind of set themselves up or said they were going to do.
I personally don't have many conversations on price. I really don't do that.
Gotcha.
One, if you start a conversation with me on price, you're probably not in my A, B, or C client already. It's an indicator to me.
Exactly.
I don't mind saying, oh, my price is this. But when you start saying, well, so-and-so charges this, unless it's really germane to the conversation. There's sometimes when you say, well, so-and-so was going to charge me this. Oh, okay. Well, if they're going to charge you that, and I know I can do the comparable work, maybe we'll do some price negotiations on that. I can probably work that in for you. But for the most part, I'm not going to have a price conversation with you.
No.
One, because I don't advertise.
Okay.
And I'm not telling anyone out there who's starting, don't advertise.
Oh, no, you need to advertise,
Please advertise. Please market. Please do that.
Yes.
I don't necessarily have to do that in my graphics business because my graphics business is tied to all the rest of my businesses. So I feed it.
Right.
So if you are someone who's coming to me, that's usually because you know someone who's used me.
Right. Referrals.
It's referral business.
That's another good.
And if you've been referred to me, they should have told you from the beginning what my price was.
Right.
They should have said he's expensive, but he does good work.
And to be honest, referrals is, I mean, that's how you have people that come to you, but any designer, referrals are really, really, really big. And a lot of people, and it's really simple, but a lot of people don't know to do it. When I know for me personally, I just finished a project with Sylvia's Soul Food, and I asked for a referral. I said, well, hey, I've gotten to a place in my business that I'm able to expand it a little bit. And I said, do you know anybody else that could use our services? Or is there anything else that you guys have there at the restaurant that you would be willing to let me take a look at? But I mean, a lot of people don't know that. And it's simple, but I mean, it's really effective.
Well, let's talk again. Let's go back business. There is a cost to what we call customer acquisition. Mm-hmm. This is how much it costs me to get a new client.
Right.
And then the second part of that equation is this is how much a client is worth to me. Mm-hmm. So my average customer comes in, they spend $10,000 a year, mm-hmm. and they're with me 5 years.
Okay.
Just as an example. Mm-hmm. So the average customer that walks through the door is worth $50,000 to my bottom line in the course of 5 years.
Right.
Now, I'm willing to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for them because I'm going to make $50 off
mm-hmm.
of it.
Right.
Now, it is cheaper to get a existing client to pay more money mm-hmm. than it is to get a new client.
Right.
Because once you're in the door, I don't have to have any more customer acquisition costs with you. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying?
That's true.
And it's easier for you to give me a referral, mm-hmm. and we work a referral because that's a warm client now.
Exactly.
Because so-and-so said.
Right.
It is the whole basis of social marketing and social networking.
That's true.
People buy based on you see it every day. Who has the best nail polish?
Right.
I'm looking for a dry cleaner. Mm-hmm. Recommend, and you take that recommendation from someone it's powerful.
They actually have that on Facebook now. They have a spot just for referrals.
Exactly. So I tell folks, instead of really looking for new clients, learn how to upsell your clients that
right.
you have and get them to refer.
Exactly.
A referring client to me can make a C client an A client to me.
That's true.
That's true. And
That's true.
and I actually have a few people that, they don't buy a lot. They mm-hmm. really don't. They wouldn't be, from a monetary point of view, what I would consider my A client. Mm-hmm. But the leads that
right.
they send, my name is the first thing out of their mouth in every conversation that deals with branding and marketing.
Right.
And I know that because they're telling me, people are saying, yo, Pastor so-and-so said this,
right.
Or Bishop so-and-so, they right. do that conversation. And so I know, okay, I'm keeping a list of who's referring. Mm-hmm. And there are some B clients that got kicked out of the B club
yeah.
because they didn't refer.
Exactly.
No. What you're not going to do.
Uh-oh.
That was my street. Uh-oh. What you're not going to do is get these services and then make me that secret.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get any more clients because you don't want to tell anywhere where you get your stuff.
Gotcha.
See, that's a selfishness.
Yeah.
And see, now I don't like you as a person.
And see, some people don't like to tell other people, well, especially if they're getting good work. They don't like to tell other people why. I don't know. But, no, I've actually heard it from both sides. I've heard people say, because when I'm ready for them, they're booked up and they're not able to do what I need them to do. But it's still selfish. But some people, they're just like,
yeah. And so guess what? Now I'm really booked up because I've kicked you out. You've made yourself not a good client for me.
Right.
So always remember there's a cost to getting customers.
That's
but
true.
You have to know how much your customer is worth to you. Mm-hmm. Once they sign the dotted line, how much they're worth for you. So
exactly.
That's why some people, I will do a $35 flyer. Yeah. Because you're gonna be $50,000 to me when I finish with you.
Oh, well. You just have to know that going in, though.
I got to know that going in.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer impressed.
Right.
I should say I'm no longer impressed with, hey, I can, we gonna send you a whole bunch of work if you do this first one for us for free.
That is so old with me. Like that's so old.
No.
And you look around, there's no referral. That what really gets me is when they're like, I'm gonna shout you out after you do You gonna do what?
How are you going to shout me out? You have 272 people on your Facebook page, and I have 10 million.
It's crazy the things that we hear as designers.
You can't shout me out.
It's crazy.